Hello friends, we're playing Gusion. He is one of the craziest heroes to play in the game. He's a very strong hero. The higher ranks players in the game, they love playing this hero. So let's see how he plays in the game. Some of the reasons why he is very overpowered is he's a very effective jungler because he can clear the jungle monsters quickly. He is also a very effective laner because he can clear all the minion waves fast. And of course he is a very mobile hero with his ultimate. And that again is one of the crazy advantages of the heroes in this game. So we'll see how he maneuvers around the map when playing in a team fight or just laning in general. So something about Gusion, he's a very effective mid laner, and so it would have been better if I could solo this lane instead of sharing my experience and gold with Bruno here. But that's okay, this is a classic game, so I understand why people aren't very particular about proper laning and playing this game properly, so that's fine. So another reason of why he is a very good hero is that with his effective jungling and laning traits, he can reach level 4 very easily, and once he reach level 4 his damage output is unparalleled in this game, aside from a few heroes like Selena and Guinevere. So his very initial focus in the game should be getting this level 4, of course. And now that we've gotten this level 4, we should quickly look at the game and see where enemies are vulnerable, and that's where you want to be headed next.
I was born for this.
Oh, this is a very good... I should just jump right in. So yeah, that was a free kill. But even if he had 3/4 of a HP or even a little bit more than that, he was still gonna die to my combo. I'll explain the combo in a bit when we have our skills back. This is not a good position to be in, but I can still kill Gatot, but it's not a good trade because Harith is gonna kill me in return, so I should head back. So, how do you use this hero with this combo? First thing you want to do is try and get your first skill towards your enemy, because what it does is it gives a marker towards your enemy hero, and when you trigger that passive again, skill again, you can reach him and deal damage. This Hayabusa wasn't very good because if he saw that I was gonna trigger my first skill to get to him, he could have ultimate me and he wouldn't have taken that much damage, and he could have survived too. So you probably saw how I did it. I didn't quite explain it, but you could have a rough idea of how to play this hero by how I move this hero.
To the hidden blade, all life is equal.
So how do you identify when to get in a fight? In general, you can always try and poke your enemies, meaning that was in a very good position, so I had to ultimate out. So in general, you want to always try to use your first skill and get a mark on your enemies like that. And when your skills are ready, you can jump in, but right now I'm not ready to go in because my second skill wasn't available and my ultimate is still waiting for the cooldown. Yeah, so in that case I was pretty lucky because Harith wasn't able to finish me off, and because I had my ultimate back up in time, I can run away from where Harith was trying to kill me. But that's the power of Gusion. He's very mobile, and his ultimate can be used to chase enemies down or just escape fights after you're done killing the enemies. And that is how you want to play the hero throughout the game. But again, don't forget to farm, because he relies a lot on getting good items. And if you can get his items early, like this hero is gonna die if I jump now. And he's probably AFK, so he didn't respond to anything I did. But in general, if you see any hero with HP as low as 50%, you can generally kill them. Unless they're way ahead of you in terms of gold and equipment. So you want to be more careful with that. But even then, you can still go in, because with your ultimate, you can escape easily.
Magic lies in the mind, but my blade follows.
So that's how you move around the map. You want to use your first skill to get to the enemies that you want to pursue, like this. And I got him, right? So I can chase him with my first skill. And so because he came back, I can just use the first skill again to try and reach him. And use that first skill again to go to him. And then use my Fan of Swords. Is that what's... No, it's Shadowblade Slaughter. Wow. That's a hard name. So, yeah, there's the thing about Mobile Legends. I don't try to memorize all this skills names. It's just too much, man. And so I just refer to them as Skill 1, Skill 2, and Ultimate. I hope you're fine with that.
My swordsmanship is almost as good looking as I am.
And get a turtle. So at this point of the game, looking at the gold, we're pretty even with the enemies, so it's a bit hard for us to try and solo kill Harith here, for example, especially because of his skill sets that allows him to tank a lot of damage with his shield. So I don't want to try that. At this point, who we can kill is probably Diroth, the new hero. He's not that tanky. And Hayabusa, especially, is very squishy. But because his ultimate allows him to escape this realm, we can't really deal damage when he's in his ultimate form. So, what do we do here? The number one thing is to focus on farming, because even though we're pretty even, we have the potential to snowball if we still focus on farming. And again, you don't want to fall behind the enemy's farm, because if they get that advantage in farm, you're gonna have a harder time trying to kill them, and so you won't be able to be effectively moving around the map trying to get ganks off. Cho is also tanky, so we can't really go for it. So what I'd recommend you do in this situation is team up with your teammates and gank enemy heroes together to secure kills and maintain your advantage in farm and equipment. Oof, Chang'e is strong. One of our friends requested Chang'e, so I'm probably gonna do her next. But the only problem I have is I don't have her yet, so I'm gonna have to farm up and buy her. I will, eventually. So yeah, stick with your teammates, and if the fight breaks out, you want to try and get as many damage with your first and second skill combo. And try to maximize it by using it one time before you ultimate, and then another time after you use your ultimate. That way you're gonna maximize the output of damage you can get, instead of okay, so let me talk about it this way. If the enemy is low, you want to kill him as fast as you can before he get a chance to get away, right? In that case, you can just use your second skill and then quickly use your ultimate to be able to use your second skill a second time. But this time you want to make sure you get your first skill onto the enemy you want to chase. So the important thing with this hero is to get your first skill off on target after you ultimate, because that's when you have 10 blades out, right? So each time you cast this skill, you get 5 fans of blades out, and another time after your ultimate, like this, 5 ultimate, another 5, and so when you press this skill again, you're gonna have 10 blades coming towards you, and that's gonna deal a lot of damage to the enemy.
To the hidden blade, all life is equal.
So that is your priority. Even though you can't get 2 combos of your first and second skills off, what you always want to make sure you do is get 5, 10 blades out, and then use your first skill to get to where they are, and then go to them while your blades are coming back to you. That's how you play this game with Gusion. The rest of the game, you just want to play it like any other hero. Focus on your farm, clear their jungles, get your items fast, stick with your teammates towards the later part of the game, and yeah. Again, with a mage hero, your focus should be to get as much of your skills out as possible, so stay alive as long as you can, and move around to navigate where they attack you.
How many swords I have?
And like this, the enemy is distracted, right? The top lane is open, we can probably destroy this top turret. And Dirath is trying to come with us, but he's very low in his defense, so we can probably just kill him like that every time. Well, there's a free buff, so why not?
Magic lies in the mind. But
enemy rampage! Your team destroyed a turret!
the limit.
I didn't get that first skill off, so we can kill him.
You have slain an enemy! Double kill! Triple kill! An ally has
No, we can't get a savage with this, guys. Sorry. Unless, of course, they offer me their life, which is not gonna happen.
My sword just wasn't fast enough.
So, Gusion is very strong when you can get your combos off, get out of the fight, wait for your cooldown, and then execute your combos again and again. So, how you can master this hero is if you can effectively use your first skill to get out of the fight while still having that access to get in quickly. So what I mean by that is, use your first skill to put a mark on your enemy, right? But don't go in immediately if you're not sure that you can kill them quickly. And while that mark is active, you can fall back a little bit, wait for your skills to refresh, and once the skills are refreshed, go back in, and that will allow you to kill them with more confidence. So instead of just, staying within the enemy's range, you can move far away from them and have your skills refresh while still having the access to get back to them quickly with this first skill, like this, right? And so the enemies sometimes won't expect you to come in because they thought, hey, I'm pretty safe behind the enemy, my turret or my teammates. But in truth, when you have that mark on your enemy, they're never safe. You can jump in anytime you like. And because you have your ultimate with you, you can always get out of the fight safely. And that is what makes him a very effective hero to play.
No need to be so jealous. I was born for this.
That's not a good idea. Yes.
Been slain.
So I was just greedy there. That's why I died.
Our turret is under attack.
But if I had my ultimate earlier there, they would have probably died to me instead. So Gusion, this is his my updated gear for him. There's this new item, Genius Wand. I think this is a very fitting item for Gusion because there's also the 5% movement speed bonus. And of course, magic penetration is always good to use against tanks and to use against other heroes who are squishy in the first place. So I like to add him. Maybe take this as your second core item. Lightning Truncheon in general is just good with the extra mana and cooldown reduction. And you want fleeting time because if you can get as many ultimates off as you can, you are so mobile, and at the same time you are putting crazy amount of damage out. So you want your ultimate to always be active, and fleeting time can help you with that.
Your team destroyed a turret.
So at this point my team doesn't really need me, so they can do whatever they want. I'll just farm and clear the jungle and get to the
hidden.
enemies however I want. So if you want to practice Gusion, just practice using his first skill, aiming that first skill, using it, effectively using your fan of blades as well. And just focus moving while keeping that mark active to distract your enemy. Because whenever an enemy knows that there's a Gusion mark under them, they're gonna think, oh, is this Gusion gonna come or not, right? And so you want to play with that psychology by keeping it as long as possible before you actually jump in. That way they're gonna think that, oh, Gusion is probably not gonna come, but at the last possible second, there you are using your fan of blades to kill them.
An ally has been slain.
So you're gonna fail using Gusion if you cannot land your first skill. Because if you can't land your first skill, your only option to get into the fight is to use your ultimate. But you want to use your ultimate after you jump in, because you can then jump out and reposition yourself to have better access to your damage. So like this, he's not gonna expect me to come, but it's the last second I came, right? And so they can't catch me. But Hayabusa is gonna catch me anyway because he was persistent in chasing me.
You have slain an enemy.
But in general, if you keep your mark for as long as possible and only use it at the last second, they're not gonna expect you to come, and so they're not gonna be prepared to respond to you.
You have slain an enemy. Launch attack. An enemy has been slain.
Alright, so that's how you play Gusion. I know there's a lot of information to process there, but if you're keen to master this hero, you can be very good. And the hero is strong, so he is a good hero to try and master. But take your time. Don't rush your skill usage. Try to maximize the time you use between your first skill and the refresh of your other skills. And once you have your full skills refreshed, go for the combo. Get out of the fight quick. Wait for your cooldown to come back. Go in again, get out again, and just repeat. Alright? Hope you learned a thing or two there. Let me know what you think about Gusion, what you like about him, what you don't like about him. And let me know what you want to see in the next video. Until the next video, good luck and have fun. Bye.